Here we are, guys, live working out in Lake Tahoe after the bodybuilding classic physique show. Competed on SARMs, won first place in classic physique C. So I've got a lot of questions from you guys about it, so I figured we'll do a live question and answer since we got to work out anyways. That way I can answer any questions between sets. Just remember there's a little bit of a delay between when you ask the question, whether I see it, and sometimes I don't even see your questions till afterwards, but I do my best to answer all the questions. Plus we got some additional resources here. We got Scott, who's a heavy lifter, and we've got national contender Philip Chero, who competed in USA Nationals right here. I'm hitting some high caffeine here. Speed stack. Thank you, Omar.
Yeah.
Little disclaimer, remember, I haven't been lifting heavy for a while, so these guys are gonna kill me.
That's why I volunteered to come live for you.
Yeah.
There you go. 1, 2, 9, 3, 4, 5.
I'll save some in the tank. I gotta have the stamina for them. Go for 225, we'll see. If they hit it, I will, but it's gonna be rough. Omar says, can you do a SARM-only bulk with DNP to manage fat gains? Send you the request. Oh yeah, I just responded to that. It probably didn't upload yet, Omar, but yeah. You can use SARMs to bulk up and DNP, and then run a calorie surplus, and then use the DNP to prevent any fat gain. So yes, absolutely.
Boom. Yeah.
That was nice. They said they wanted to see 225.
Huh?
Anybody up for a shoulder injury today?
Nah. My shoulder's already
Are we getting this again?
Yeah. Let's just stay with this.
I wanted to do 225, but they won't let me. Sorry, guys. Bodybuilders, not powerlifters. Sorry, I gotta make use of this spray tan. The flexing looks awesome when I got the tan on.
The veins are popping more now, man.
Finally, ate those muffins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 2 more. 1.
Thank you, Dip Eshwer, Kenneth.
You gonna get on this?
What will your off-season protocol to stay lean be? So, my off-season protocol is going to be an on-season protocol. I just started the Ment Diaries yesterday, started recording. So I'll get a couple more days of Ment experimentation in, and then I'll be publishing a video about it. Ment is the most powerful injectable anabolic ever created. More powerful than Tren without the side effects. So I'm experimenting on myself now that I'm done with the SARMs experimentation. I will always use SARMs, especially as a bridge between cycles. But I want to see what happens when I combine HGH and Ment, take this stuff to the next level. I'm looking forward to keeping you all updated. Omar says, Doc, do you think 6 caps of Andriol is enough to test base? Oh, Andriol is so weak. I mean, yeah, probably, but you need to get your blood levels tested. So try 6 caps of Andriol, do it for a week. Test your blood levels, see what your testosterone comes back at. Should be in a good range, and if it's not, then it's not powerful enough. But really, the only way you're going to tell for sure is your blood test of testosterone, which is a cheap test to do, so do it. Is the Ment not destroy fertility? Fergus, yes. Ment actually does destroy fertility. Temporarily, but it definitely reduces fertility a lot. In fact, it was developed as a infertility drug. So that is the side effect, but that's actually, I actually want to use it as a male contraceptive because I don't want any poor children at the moment. Oh, got it.
6 good ones. Come on. There you go. You got one more. One more in you. Up. Push it. It's all you.
Nick says, congrats on 1st and 2nd place. Thank you. Kevin says, I'm hearing a lot of Osterine products are fake. Is Ostemuscle the real deal? I have a bottle coming tomorrow. Yes, Ostemuscle is real. It's what all of us athletes use. You know, the big debate over liquid versus capsule SARMs. First of all, about Ostemuscle is actually cheap. Osterine is cheap. It is not likely to be faked. Some of the other ones like YK11 and MK677, very expensive, much more likely to be faked. So I doubt companies are faking any Osterine. That being said, a lot of people have bought Osterine from other companies, said it didn't work for them, then they bought our Ostemuscle and said it worked really well. I think that the reason for that may be because they were buying it in a liquid form, and in a liquid form it has a very short shelf life. So, you know, if they manufacture twice a year, it sits on the shelf for 6 months. You buy it, use it 2 months later, it's 8 months it's been sitting in liquid. That's the only reason I can think of Ostemuscle or Osterine would not be legit. Simon says, hey, from Sweden. Hey, Simon. And Ryan says, finding DNP, loving your vids. Awesome, Ryan. Be careful with it. Stay hydrated on DNP. DNP's no joke.
How does that work?
It's actually made to do that, so when you bring it forward, it comes back, so it kind of clears it, I guess. They do bench presses like that too.
That's good. I understand. Yeah, that's good. No.
You know, poor Kirby's over here because Kirby does body weight exercises, calisthenics. He's a trainer for calisthenics, so we got to get some Kirby on film here, of course, as well. He's been just pounding out the push-ups and the all kinds of different pull-ups over here. We're going to be doing more workout videos with Kirby because he's got a lot of interesting variations of body weight exercises, and as you can see, look at his size. All right, I'm up again. And then I'll answer those other questions after I hit another set. Man, they're making me do some high volume here today.
Warming up. Just warming up. Let's go. Good motion. Great form, dude. Come on. Let's
Go, come on. Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm filling up now. Yeah, I'm filling up, finally. Dude, it's a lesson. I should have carved up.
A little more.
I should have carved up more because now I'm so
a
much
little
fuller
bit.
than when I was on stage.
Look at that.
Much better.
Yeah, you look better at the night show.
Yeah.
After I had some donuts. Okay, next question. Catch your breath. Men only shuts you down, but don't get all the harsh trend side effects. Correct, Omar. That is my hypothesis. And when are you going to sell Ment on your website again? I am on day 2 of Ment right now. I always try stuff before I sell it, so let me go a couple more days. I feel it's working amazing for me, which I feel amazing today. Then just a few more days and we'll list it on the site. Fergus says, when will the definitely GMO shirts be available for sale? Yes, I think about a week. In fact, let's ask Scott. Scott will know when they get listed on the site. The photographer that's getting the pictures to us. Hey Scott, when do the shirts get listed? Number 1 question of the week.
When the new site launches on Wednesday or Thursday, September 1st.
Thursday, September 1st, the shirts go on the new website. Just go to enhancedathlete.com. It'll bring you to the new website that has all the shirts on it also. Nick says about to start my first, November. Wait, what? November 1st?
September 1st.
Oh, September 1st. Christopher says,
Otherwise I
you
have like
already
6
answered
product
that.
pages and nothing but t-shirts because we've got so many editions.
okay. All right, Nick says, about to start my first HGH run of generic 4IU. Should look for in the first week or so. At 4 units, you're barely gonna feel it. Might not feel anything at all. 4 units. I mean, definitely HGH works. And 4 units is an effective dose, but HGH is a slow drug. Slow, long-term benefits. So at 4 IU, you won't notice it immediately. Now, if you were to do 10 IU per day, boom, your hands would start feeling tense, getting numb, your feet would start getting numb. Similar to the feelings you'd get if you took IGF DES or IGF LR3. But just because you don't feel it immediately doesn't mean it's not working. It's an important point. Andrew says, when will growth be back in stock? Scott, when does growth come back into stock? Growth hormone. Are we it? Is it in stock?
HGH Frag should still be in stock.
Frag
unless
is in
we sold
stock. What
100
about
bottles of-
oral HGH?
Oh, it's back in stock.
Or
Yeah, we
oral-
got it on Friday.
Oral HGH is back in stock. And Tren E, how much per
The only
week?
thing we're on stock in right now is your hip buying, but that comes on Tuesday.
Hey Scott, your favorite Tren E dosage per week, enanthate.
I like running 400 milligrams, although, I mean, if it's not too sensitive to the sides, I'd run up to 600 with the standard 300 to 500 milligrams of Test D, just to make sure you counter the side effects.
There you go. I pretty much agree with those dosages. I like the idea of going much lower on the testosterone
Risk
dosage.
reward after you go over a gram a gear.
Just gonna hit some higher reps here. Let's see if I can get 10 partials or 20.
Yeah, at least 12.
One side delt raises.
Let's go, 15.
That's it. That's good. Yeah.
Nikki says, cool, need a few more enhanced athlete tank tops. More are coming in, yes. And it's helping your surgery recovery, awesome. Nikki, yeah. And I know your mom was taking the HGH too. You know, a lot of people are taking the oral HGH, healing their injuries, but since you're local, I could actually do an interview with you on it, so we might do that. David says, keep it going, feel ripped. Thank you so much. Fadi says, Tony, how about YK11, Rad 140, and LGD together? So YK11, yes. Rad 140 and LGD would be a little bit of an overlap. Totally fine to run together, absolutely. If you have the money, then run all 3. Otherwise, pick YK11 and Rad 140 or LGD. Be a little bit less duplication, but it's really just a financial thing. David said just started DNP about 15 days ago. 200 milligrams, works great. Vids help a lot. Thank you so much, David. I love hearing that. Never gets old. I do this because you guys appreciate it, and I would appreciate it if I was in your shoes too, to have the knowledge be shared like this. And everybody I work with is of the same mindset. We all like experimenting and sharing our knowledge, and we also like learning from you too, because from our fans and viewers, you wouldn't believe the amount of information that I learn at a fast pace as well. Your feedback is truly appreciated.
It comes out every year too. When you think about HGH frag, all this stuff that even exists.
Oh, yeah. What are we running up the line?
10, 10, 10.
Right here. There's nothing left, that's for sure. Yeah, all done, thanks. Yeah. Oh my God. Nick says, wanted to ask you this yesterday. How do you feel about stage being water depleted? Ever get lightheaded? Yeah, in fact, one of my friends in middleweight bodybuilding, dude, he almost passed out. He almost collapsed. I had Pedialyte on hand, thank God I gave it to him. Kept him alive. But yeah, that's my worst favorite thing about bodybuilding is the dehydration. And I dehydrated less this time than ever before, and it was fine. And I'm even gonna dehydrate less. I'm not gonna dehydrate myself so much anymore. I mean, I think it helps make up for if you're carrying too much fat, but the key is to get rid of the fat first, as much fat as possible off, and then there's less water to lose. Omar says, Doc, I mentioned to you on a Snapchat that I got injured a while back and partially tearing both of my bicep tendons, doing rehab for 5 months in the gym. You think the Austrian LGD and MK677 is a comeback stack? Yeah, absolutely. MK677, from the feedback, go ahead. From the feedback I'm getting is people's injuries are repairing insanely fast. Now it's crazy because I'm not allowed to say that actually, okay? Nothing I say is medical advice. Don't take my opinion for anything. All these chemicals are not for human consumption. Do what your doctor tells you to do. But I feel like it is a serious conspiracy that it's not more popular or broadcasted or widely accepted by doctors, the fact that a lot of my fans are finding these research chemicals are literally solving their problems that no prescription medication or doctor has been able to do. And MK677 is one of those miracle remedies. But again, like I said, you can't take my word for it. I can't advise that. You have to do what your doctor tells you to do. Especially in the United States, it's illegal to try to promote growth hormone for any use other than dwarfism. It's actually written in the code section. So I'm not doing that. Okay. Can you run Tren E and Sustanon? Yes. No reason you can't run them together. You should always run a test base with Tren. The only advice I have on it is running a lower dose of the testosterone so you're not occupying the receptors with weak-ass testosterone when you could be hitting it with hard Tren. I'll answer Christopher's question in a second.
point of view.
Oh my God. Oh, thanks, Edward. Appreciate that. Christopher says, what's your best fat burning stack? And how long would you suggest running the course? Also, what's up to yourself for enhancing endurance? Okay, endurance, that's easy. Cardarine and SR 9009. I'm still not totally sold on SR 9009. I like the Cardarine, so I feel it, and it works so good for me. There's a ultimate what? Scott, ultimate what stack?
The ultimate fat burning stack. There's about $300. It's enough to run 10 milligrams of Cardarine, 4 tablets of Code Red, 20 milligrams of Osterin for 2 months, plus 10 days on, 10 days off, 400 milligrams of DMP for a total of 30 days.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. Okay, he put a stack together that has all the stuff you're asking for. What is the, Fergus says, what is the dose of test sip if running with SARMs? Fergus is just a low dose, like 250 milligrams of TRT dosage of testosterone, and then SARMs on top of that, because SARMs are actually more anabolic than testosterone. So you just want the testosterone base so you don't have to worry about suppression of natural testosterone. You always have that testosterone base, and then you can add a high dosage of SARMs on that without the worry of suppression. Is it only worthwhile with YK11? Fergus says, is it only worthwhile with YK11 or LGD as well? I don't understand the question exactly. Nick says, I'll be testing my HGH via blood work, of course, but I also made my girlfriend go out and get a pregnancy test to check to make sure it isn't HCG. That's a good idea. Would I be looking for a positive? Okay, a positive HCG test means that it's HCG. A pregnancy test is actually an HCG test. That's why you can use it to test HCG. So it'll never show up positive for an HGH. Okay, Zach Zatchel Davila says, do you think it's possible to recover after taking T3 for 3 years straight? And do you think about being TRT? Yes, there are studies. I don't know about 3 years, but there's studies. The T3 studies where people took T3 for a really long period of time and it came off.
If you email me, I'll send you a copy of the document. Otherwise, you could find it in our forum section under one of the oldest DMP posts. It has like 60 posts in it, but if you read down the post from Machine 5150, I put it all in there. But if you email me at scott@enhancedathlete.com, I'll send you a hard copy of it. But it was a 1989 patent for 200 milligrams of DMP every other day and a small amount of T3. I don't remember the exact dose. I think it was 15 cg. And they ran it for a year. There was 4 test subjects. Each test subject lost at least 35% of their body fat over that year with no known side effects. So the company was trying to patent it as a fat burning package or whatever in 1989. So that's why it's public information. It has the studies in there, and it's interesting.
Okay, and then the question of how much, or what do you think about being on TRT and adding Ostemuscle? Absolutely, that's how I started actually. It works great, but the whole point is if you're on TRT, you might as well go higher on the dosage of Ostemuscle. At least that's what I did. Remember, not medical advice, I'm not advising you do this, but for me personally, I felt like I could go 50 milligrams of Ostemuscle per day if I was running a TRT base because I wasn't worried about testosterone suppression anymore. Because that would be the only risk that I saw of running a high dose of something like Ostemuscle.
last one. Oh, yeah. Get it up there. Yeah, they're popping now. All that. That's it, Tony.
I still got abs after all those food.
Yeah, they even look better, dude.
Yeah.
It's because all the carbs are pushing your skin now, man.
Yeah.
It's filling up your muscles and your skin just gets tighter.
Where can you get Cardarine? Enhancedathlete.com. Cardarine. www.enhancedathlete.com. Oh. Nick. John says, is it idea to take T3 when doing a tren cycle? Yeah, tren suppresses T3. And T3 also accelerates protein turnover. So in low amounts, it'll make tren more anabolic. Higher amounts, you'll become catabolic. Depends how much tren you're running. Generally 50 micrograms of T3 along with the normal dosage of tren will amplify the effects of tren. David says, starting my first ever cycle using test, just 1 ml a week to start. Should I up it or stick with 1 ml? And what counteracts Guido? So Coach Trevor was saying 1 ml to start of test is enough. I don't know about that. That sounds like a pretty small amount to me. Personally, I would start with 2 ml, but I'll do more videos with Trevor about it. As far as gyno, at 1 ml per week, it'd be very rare for anybody to have gyno issues. At 2 ml, a little bit more likely, in which case I run exemestane at 12.5 milligrams per day to block the conversion of a good portion of that testosterone into estrogen. And if I still felt any gyno side effects from that, I take tamoxifen or Nolvadex to block the gyno directly in the nipple. Joe Roberts says, if on TRT and required to do blood work every 4 months, is there a need to be off Enhanced Athlete products? And if so, how long prior to? No, the Enhanced Athlete products are not going to show up in the blood work. The only one that could potentially be liver toxic is the YK11, but I have not seen liver toxicity from my actual blood work results. So they shouldn't interact with the blood work in a way that would disqualify someone from getting TRT, because I know that's what you're referring to. What would disqualify you from getting TRT is if your prostate started growing, which in my experience, the SARMs has not caused me or anybody else. And also cholesterol, which anything anabolic can affect your cholesterol profile, so everything in moderation. SARMs are a lot less likely to affect cholesterol than steroids are, though. David says, cheers, buddy, get them arms up. Yes, actually need some more. I need some more arm size, so that's what I'm working on next, my friend. A growth hormone, I noticed when I did a short growth hormone cycle, started bringing up my really lagging body parts, so I'm thinking the men combined with the growth hormone will really even out my physique, bring up the weak body parts like my calves and my arms. Omar says, did you notice the dude that won the bodybuilding class you're in had a pointy outer quads, or was that just because of the live stream? No, I don't know. I didn't notice. I'm gonna look at the video coverage later today, so then I would be able to comment. Right now, I didn't notice his conditioning very much. I was actually not looking over to the side. I was kind of looking forward. So only way I know what the people next to me look like is if I look back at the footage. All right, let's see what we're hitting next here. Following the dudes. All right, over here. Some shoulder press machine. Man, they really want to kill shoulders today. Holy cow, Bob.
Hey.
How's it going?
What's going on, man? What are you doing up here? Are you up here for the competition?
Yeah, I'm up
Were
here
you?
to come. Yeah, notice the spray tan? What are you up here? Just vacationing? Right?
Yeah.
Just vacationing. Cool.
Just hanging out, yeah.
Awesome.
How's it going?
You're live. You're famous on Facebook. You might have
Hey.
recognized Bob. He was my expert on one of the videos about insulin, where we learned that diabetics actually use very high dosages of insulin compared to bodybuilders. which is very enlightening and helped me understand the way insulin works a lot better. Also, the shelf life of insulin, Bob talks about the fact that with an insulin pump on your waist, it's not like the insulin goes bad in 20 minutes being out of the fridge like we were all nervous about. It actually lasts a lot longer. So thank you for that. The fans really appreciated the information on that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Have you met my brother Jim?
Let's go say hi to Jim real quick. I know Jim's a fan, and we talk a lot of HGH talk.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Anthony, good to meet you in person.
Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
I saw you videotaping over there. And
Yeah, that's right. You're famous now. How's your protocol going? Everything good?
Good.
You
Yeah.
look healthy?
Thank
He's
you.
up here for the competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
awesome,
hence
man.
the spray tan there.
Really cool.
I got first place in Classic Physique C.
Oh, did
No
you?
way.
So I pulled off this whole,
Nice.
Nice. You got first place?
vacuum stuff.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
really cool.
Now we got the whole crew over here. We're shooting a video and answering fan questions there, see?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Cool. All right, I'm going to get back to it.
right, man.
Cool.
Good to
Good
see
to
you,
see you. Yeah.
Hey, how's Ryan doing? Haven't seen him in a while.
Good. Traveling. He's going to Vietnam next.
Is he?
Between him and I, we're covering the world.
You just
at any
got back.
given
I just saw you on Facebook. Where'd you just get back from?
time. Everywhere. I'm at Mexico is where I just was
Oh,
last.
is that where we were?
Yeah, and then I'm going to Vegas, Mr. Olympia, and then Singapore, Australia. I might hit Burma, Taiwan. That's in
Awesome.
October.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, some good adventures coming up. All right, we're doing shoulder press. All right, good to see you, Bob. All right, I'm gonna smash one of these. Ah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
May the power of Sargis be with you.
Feel anything from the neck?
I think so. Man, I feel freaking incredible. Oh, question and answer. Here we go, guys. Let's see. Cheers, buddy. Get them armor. Did you see the dude? John Chadwick says a 1 ml of Tren every other day is 50 milligrams. You mean 50 micrograms of T3 enough? Yes, don't go over 50 micrograms. Fergus says, have you used berberine? Heck yeah, I've used berberine. And is it a replacement for metformin? Yes, it is. Actually, our new product, Slin, S-L-I-N, on enhancedathlete.com, has berberine in one of the main ingredients. I love berberine. All of us use berberine, but we use it in the Slin product because the Slin product has a bunch of other ingredients too, so it's not just a glucose disposal. It doesn't just flush the carbs out of the system. It actually absorbs more carbs into the muscle. So like I took it this morning to help carb up, and the carbs just filled the muscles. Philip, you take your Slin pills this morning? And you eat carbs?
Yes, I do.
And
I've
you just-
already ate probably at least over 120 carbs, 150 carbs this morning.
Heck yeah, no spilling over, no fat, right? Nice.
Almost 220 pounds.
Basically, you can increase your carb intake by like 30% on the Slin pills and absorb it into the muscles and get full without spilling over into fat. Probably one of my favorite supplements, especially for being so cheap, and I just keep it on me and I just take it. I just didn't bring it up here with me. Thank God all these guys have it, because then I just borrow their Slin pills. I want to get back to SAC. Basically, that's my stack. Is going to be the Slin pills, the Ment, the IGF, rotating between that and growth hormone, and insulin. Okay, can you use melatonin with MK677? Absolutely. Melatonin is something you should
That's
take
what I was doing.
every single night. Melatonin is one of those miracle, I was going to call it a drug, but it's not really a drug, to help improve your sleep quality and everything. And it's so cheap. Melatonin is like free. Any health food store, over the counter, whatever. Everybody should be taking melatonin every night. And it interacts well with anything, including MK677.
That's why. It's like, if I'm taking some shit, then yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna smash some calves in between stuff here. You wanna talk to people?
Huh?
Just tell them. No, talk to
Yeah.
Just tell them something about whatever. Tell them how the competition went.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brandon Creed checking in right here. Tony killed it at the competition last night. We think he should have took the overall. I don't know. His shape, symmetry, way better. The other guy's waist was fucking too big.
That's this, you mean Olympic lifting? Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the solid foundation. Like every bodybuilder starting with heavy in Olympic stuff too, so that's the foundation no matter what. Yeah. This is a good place to do it. You guys come up here like awesome on the weekends and stuff?
Come on, Scott. Woo. There you go. Fight it. Fight it. Up one more. Look. Yeah.
Weird, man. You gotta flexing it.
Yep.
Routine and the bathroom. That's really I'm good for now, man. I use a very, very small.
Tony, what's a good?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do 3 units twice a day. Really small. At the same time. No, launch rush.
The combo?
Okay, so all right, so I was doing 10 units of growth hormone per day, and then you're supposed to mix it with insulin. That's the combination. That's the killer combination.
The stuff you gave me was growth hormone mixed with an IGF.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So that should be powerful.
Right?
But you I don't know what dosage. You said 1 unit?
1.5.
Yeah, I would increase the dosage.
I increased it to 2 just last week because it's been about 3
I mean, but
months.
think about it. I was doing 10 a day.
This isn't going away.
So I don't, okay, so here's the thing about growth hormone is I don't notice incredible fat burning from it. I notice it prevents me from getting fat, and all the bodybuilders I work out with too. I notice we can eat what we want on it and not gain fat, but as far as actually like shredding down, I don't see a huge benefit from the growth hormone on that. Now from the oral growth hormone pills, which doesn't work for you because of the secretagogue and you're I forget what system it's called, maybe damaged from having diabetes, but for most people, if they take that at night, they do experience a lot more fat loss than the injectable.
That's good for Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I would try the higher dosage. I mean, like I'm going to be doing 10 units a day starting Monday again. Yeah. And I went to Mexico and I got Pfizer.
But that's just a straight growth hormone, though, right?
Yeah. But I take the IGF separately, independently.
There you do.
But I have the IGF too, if you want plain IGF.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just upped it to 2. I'm gonna have to get some more from him pretty soon. Should I text him directly or?
Yeah, but next time I see you, have you try my IGF, my pure IGF LR3, because it's very noticeable. I mean, like you take 100 micrograms and your hands start getting swollen, like in a good way. Like you get pumped, very anabolic. It's very noticeable. So not that you need to take that dosage all the time, but once you feel that, then you're like, okay, I know it's working. Now I can back off a little bit.
I need to burn some fat.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right place for that. The gym's #1, and diet, of course.
Yeah, but with me, man, it's easy to put on, it's hard to take off.
Yeah, it's because of metabolic stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hit a set of shoulders here. Okay, question time here. What do you got for me? Let's see. Okay, I'll get to that next. Oh, can you... what can I take with the SARMs if I get an acne outbreak? Vitamin B, B as in boy, vitamin B complex. Use clay masks on your face. Use hot compresses, not cold. Cold encapsulates infection and inflammation. You want to use heat to draw it out. Washing your face good, washing your face more often. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Fish oil helps reduce inflammation. We want some inflammation, but fish oil helps you keep your body keep balance between inflammation and lack of inflammation. You start your stack yet? Yes, Omar. I started my ment cycle yesterday. So give me 1 week and I'll give you my full report on it. So far, I took a shot this morning too. I feel freaking incredible. Energized too, like mentally, boom. Lucas says, started taking MK677, found at times I get real lethargic. Something you can do to fix that? Yes, take it at night. That way you're lethargic during the nighttime and when you're sleeping, which is good, instead of lethargic during the daytime. David Pope says, thinking of adding IGF-LR3 and PEG-MGF. What would be a good dose and how long? Okay, I'm not going to answer the PEG-MGF. I still haven't used Mechanic Growth Factor myself. LR3, I like doing 100 micrograms per day. That means a 1 milligram vial lasts 10 days, which is probably good because the shelf life once reconstituted isn't very long anyways. So by using it within 10 days, I know that I'm still getting maximal dosage and it hasn't degenerated by then. Ryan says, what's a good protocol for SLIN for size? Also, does low thyroid cause hair loss? Ryan, yes, low thyroid does cause hair loss. And what's a good protocol for SLIN? You know, it just depends on the person and the goals. I'm just going to say what the average that I'm noticing that bodybuilders who are making very good progress very quickly is. They're using about, let's say 3 units of growth and growth hormone with 3 units of insulin twice per day. I know that sounds like a low dosage, but when you combine the two, very synergistic. If you're just using insulin by itself, I've noticed a lot of bodybuilders are doing 5 units with like breakfast and 5 units immediately post-workout. All right, guys, I got to focus on the workout here because we got a photo shoot coming up and I need to destroy these muscles first so I can earn eating my calories today. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your questions, interactions. All of us here, we do this because we love it. We love you. We love sharing information. We love you guys sharing information with us. This is our passion. This is our hobby. Thank you for joining us. Be swell and swole, my friends of freedom, my pioneers of human evolution.